welcome back, guys. This is my Mock of the Week reactions. If you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. Notify bell, click it, and check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links will be in the description, along with links for this, so you can watch it without me. And hopefully it doesn't get blocked, because for some odd reason the past two ones get some type of claim, and they try to block it because of BBC or whatever, or whatever station. I think it's LDS or what, LDS station or whatever. But I'm over here in America, and we don't get to watch Mock the Week. We have BBC America, but I don't think Mock the Week's on BBC anymore. I'm not for sure. There's some of the older ones I see, like from 2019-18. I was watching just to catch up on the show when I first found out what the show was earlier this year. It was like I was on BBC 4, then it went to BBC 2, and then now it's like on Sky 4 or Sky 2. I think, I'm not for sure, but which are British television networks. But over here on BBC America, all we get is Star Trek, and Doctor Who, and BBC News and stuff like that. And there's enough stations over here in America that play Star Trek and Doctor Who. If you guys have Mock the Week, put it on BBC America. That'd be nice. But until then, YouTube. So if you like what I do, please like, share, subscribe, notify bell, click it, and check out my Facebook and Twitter. Descriptions, link, they'll be in there, in the descriptions, along with this, so you can watch it without me being silly.
I call out ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. Okay, here we go. Things a new pope shouldn't say in his first public speech.
I only wish that Hitler could have been alive to see this moment.
Discarded titles for the next Harry Potter book.
Harry Potter and the child actor's inevitable mental breakdown.
Things you shouldn't say to the Queen on being given your honour.
Ma'am, you have no idea how much pussy this is going to get me.
Bad ways to start a party political broadcast.
My fellow paedophiles.
Things you'd never hear a French person say.
Of course it looked hopeless, but we kept fighting. I've just bought a wonderful little holiday home in the south of Birmingham.
What the voices in Tony Blair's head are saying.
Keep smiling, have Gordon killed. Keep smiling, have Gordon killed.
Things a Wimbledon commentator would never say.
All this grunting is giving me the horn.
TV shows that never made it to air.
Terrorists say the funniest things.
Unlikely lines for the Queen to include in her annual message.
Some of my best friends are black. Ashton Schneeselhunts mein Gurken Führer!
Bad things to say on stage at Live 8.
They've put a lovely spread on backstage. Lobster, caviar.
What the voices in Prince Charles's head are saying.
So what if she's your mother? Just press the pillow over her face and count to 100.
Very good. I call out ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come back in with their suggestions. And in the week that Prince William started at Sandhurst, the first subject is the wrong thing to say on your first day in the army.
When they said it was going to be just like the movies, I didn't realise they meant Brokeback Mountain.
Bad things for the England manager to be caught saying.
Wayne Rooney may be ugly, but when he holds me in his arms, I feel safe.
Ill-advised things for a Lib Dem leadership candidate to say.
Sorry I'm late, I had trouble finding a vein.
Words you'd never hear from a newsreader.
Welcome to Channel 5 News, thickos. Okay, they may have acquitted him, but he certainly looked like a paedophile.
What you don't want to hear a Prime Minister say.
Get me an 18-inch knife and a hand grenade. I'm sorting this Iraq shit out.
Bad things to say at Prime Minister's question time.
Prime Minister, Could you look interested while I bring up some boring shit about my constituency? We've got one, we've got two more poofs than you.
Unlikely things to hear at the Oscars.
Unfortunately, King Kong can't be with us tonight, but as a gay cowboy, I think I know where I'll be putting this little fella.
Unsettling things to hear from the cockpit of a plane.
We're about to experience a little bit of turbulence, and then a lot of falling. Help me with my seatbelt, Abu. I can't do it with this damn hook.
Bad Valentine cards to receive.
I will be as faithful to you as any dog, and come when you whistle.
Unlikely things for a TV announcer to say.
Tonight's episode of Songs of Praise contains strong language and scenes of a sexual nature.
Let's leave it there. Frankie Boyle, ladies and gentlemen. You're all come back. I call it ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. Here we go. The first subject is exam questions that were rejected.
All PE teachers are paedophiles. Discuss. Spell Mississippi without looking at how we've spelt it in the question. Click the box A, B or C to receive the grade A, B or C. If I add 1/8 to 1/16, how stoned will I be?
Famous last word.
Stingrays love foreplay. The funny thing is, the closer it gets, the more it looks like a piano.
Rejected first lines for the new Harry Potter book.
Harry thought of his magical adventures very differently now that he'd been diagnosed as a schizophrenic. Finishing in the cafeteria, Harry and Ron turned their wands on themselves. It's not as good as that one. Something about the spell must have gone wrong, because one of Harry's testicles had turned into a scorpion. Show us where Dumbledore touched you, said the judge. Show us on the doll.
The next topic is unhelpful things to say in a crisis.
Kumbaya, my lord. I know you're a hijacker, but I ordered a vegetarian meal. Women and children first, then I'll shag the men and the animals.
Ill-advised things to say in court.
So to summarise, there's no evidence, but he does look a bit rapey. I would like to present my own defence through the medium of dance. I was performing the Heimlich manoeuvre and it sort of turned into the wheelbarrow position.
Things a sports commentator would never say.
Like a lot of people watching this Olympics, I'm wondering why black people don't just take over the earth. I can't be the only person to wonder what it would be like to shag this gymnast. Just reading through the names of this Chinese team is making me feel hungry.
Commercials that never made it to air.
Because some nights are best forgotten. Rohypnol. By the year 2020, we shall rule the earth. Tesco, every little helps. Clear all your debts with one easy payment. Buy a shotgun and blow your head off.
Inappropriate acts for the Royal Variety Performance.
Stephen Hawking unplugged.
Lines that you'd never hear in a Bond film.
Engineer's cue. It's a bomb, but it's also a rucksack. Everything's ready for your mission, Bond. All you need to do is fill in this health and safety risk assessment. You're very good at poker, but let's see how you do on the fruit machines. It's not just a baseball bat, Bond. It's a baseball bat with a nail through it. We'd better slow down. There are speed cameras.
TV shows that never made it to air.
The boy whose arms and arse and head fell off. And now the magic of Britain's parks at night as Bill Oddie presents Gay Watch.
Bad things to say when leading troops into battle.
Soon you'll be at home with your families, in a jar on the mantelpiece. Our best hope is that the enemy kills so many of us, they become slightly depressed. This next mission will be led by Michael Moore, seeing as he knows so fucking much.
Unlikely things to hear on Blue Peter.
Today we'll show you how to make an ashtray using the shell of a dead tortoise. With a couple of batteries and a toilet roll holder, you can make a fantastic Mother's Day vibrator.
Let's leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. My call for ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. Okay, here we go. In the week in which the government called for stricter driving tests, things you wouldn't hear on a driving test.
When I slap the dashboard with my forehead, I'd like you to crawl out of the wreckage and fetch help. You made one mistake, sir. A Pine air freshener doesn't cover up the smell of a dead hitchhiker. If I fail, can I still keep driving my taxi? On my signal, I'd like you to mount the pavement and kill my ex-wife.
Okay, our next topic is what the Queen didn't say in her Christmas message.
It's been good to spend some time with my family. And Harry. I've had a few medical problems this year. I'm now so old that my pussy is haunted.
Unlikely lines to find in the Bible.
A man who lies with another man should be stoned. It helps, that's all I'm saying. And on the 8th day, God created a magic talking leopard and forgot all about us. St. Paul's third epistle to the Corinthians. Dear Corinthians, I've written to you twice now. No reply. I don't know how you do things in Corinth, but where I'm from, that's a bit rude. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. This is the weirdest car boot sale I've ever been to.
The next topic is, in the week in which the government discussed raising the school leaving age, bad things for a teacher to say.
Are you chewing, boy? This is the worst blowjob I've had all day. It turns out you're not dyslexic, you're just really, really stupid.
In the week in which the Oscar nominations were revealed, rejected lines from movies.
Milk, bread, rich tea biscuits. Are you sure this is the right list, Mr. Schindler?
Unlikely excerpts from a nature documentary.
This beautiful hummingbird is no match for my squash racket. Penguin with his head trapped in a beer can. Tragic and yet somehow hilarious. I'm the ghost of Steve Irwin, and welcome to Animals Kill the Daftest Bastard.
What a TV chef would never say.
If you're wondering how to get the perfect skin on your parsnips, then you're mental.
Bad things to say at the opening of the new Wembley Stadium.
Due to a double booking, England's first match is against Simply Red. And who knows, maybe here, one day, with the right linesman, England can cheat their way to another World Cup. Cost £100 million to demolish Wembley. If you'd had your last game against Scotland, we'd have done it for nothing.
Unlikely things to hear on Comic Relief.
If we remove all these villagers' cataracts, one day they might be able to make our shoes. And remember, 20% of everything you give goes directly to a grinning warlord wearing a necklace of human finger bones. Later, Dawn French will be climbing into a bath of beans. Not for charity, it's for supper.
The worst thing your new neighbour could say.
What day do the bins go out round here? My wife's body's starting to stink. My wife and I are nudists and have been for the past 70 years. It's simple. Your dog and I are in love.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I hope you liked it. That was some funny shit. If you like what I did here, please like, share, subscribe, notify bell, click it, and check out my Facebook and Twitter. And oh my god, that was some funny shit.